Okay. So today we're going to look at how we can schedule tasks from start to finish using prerequisites. Okay. So repairing a car. Imagine that you've wrecked your car. You need to get it fixed. According to the garage, you have 4 kinds of damages to your car. Okay? You have to do some exterior body work, which means you smashed it up a little bit. You got to get rid of the dents, the scratches, all that happy stuff. That's going to take 4 hours to fix. You need some engine repair that's going to take 5 hours. We're going to need to paint and exterior finish your car, which will take 7 hours. And you have to fix your transmission, which will take 3. You have 2 different mechanics that are going to be fixing your car. How does this represent a scheduling problem? So, first off, how many processors do I have?
1, 2, 3, 2. Or is it?
You tell me.
2.
What does a processor mean? Somebody that's doing the job.
You have 2.
So I have 2 processors because I have 2 mechanics.
And you have 4 tasks.
So we have processor 1 and processor 2. Okay. Rodrigo then said, I have 4 different tasks. I have task A that's going to take 4 hours. That's your exterior body work.
Task B.
We have task B.
That's going to take 5 hours.
5 hours. That's your engine. Task C. That's going to take me
7 hours.
7 hours. And that's the paint.
Task D is going to be 3. Yeah, because you have to send.
Task D, 3. Transmission.
Very even. Very even.
Okay. So, Princess, what did you say already? You said something about 19?
It's 18.
No, you were right with 19.
It's 19.
It's 19. So, Princess has already said, well, dang, all these tasks are going to take us 19 hours. But if I have 2 people working on this,
You can divide it by 2.
it should technically be divided by 2.
That's
So
8
it should
hours.
definitely take us
8 hours.
Oh, it's 19.
9.5 because it's 19.
Right.
Shit.
I thought we-
Okay, so we should, when we go to schedule this, it should be no higher than 19 hours because that's all of the tasks put together, one after the other. It should also take us no shorter than 9.5 because there's no way to split up that between 2 people that'll be shorter than 9.5. Okay, do I have anything in this problem that should happen before something else?
Yeah.
What?
Exterior body work. I don't know nothing about this, so y'all got that.
Your engine, your transmission,
And
then your body work, and then your paint.
So paint
Okay.
was-
Painting has to come before what?
Has
Has
be
to.
work.
The body work.
Obviously.
Okay, so my body work should always come before I paint my car. Again, you're not going to paint your car cherry red and then go back through and go, okay, let me knock out this dent now and then this dent. Who
Did
does
we talk
that?
about this yesterday?
Okay,
You mean like
we did. We kind of talked about this already.
Thursday?
Yeah, but
Thursday. Okay, so we've got to see if we can get these items scheduled somewhere between 9.5 hours and 19 hours. So on this board, that way when I switch the screen, I don't lose it. A is 4, B is 5, C is 7, D is 3, and A has to happen before C. All right, so on the next page, we're going to try to schedule these. So processor 1, we're going to make this the 1.
I want to be one.
You want to be 1?
I don't even know.
And Alicia. All right, Dewan and Alicia are going to work on the car.
No, I don't want the one working on my car.
Who said it's your car? What if it's my car?
You said my car. That says repairing my car.
You gonna ruin your own car when you be driving.
He be driving, right?
All right. So, Dewan, according to this, what item would you like to work on first?
flow is painting.
Hey,
The
stop.
engine.
You want to work on the engine, and that was B, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Dewan's gonna work on task B. And that's gonna take Dewan 5 hours. Okay. Remember, when Dewan starts on task B, he works for 5 hours straight. Alicia, now that he's doing task B, what would you like to work on?
Well, I'm gonna do body work.
You want to do A, the body work. That's gonna take Alicia 4 hours. So, Dewan's elbow deep into the engine, playing with some grease. And Alicia's taking out all the dents in the siding, fixing up some lights, whatever else you got to do on the outside. Okay, who's going to finish first?
Alicia.
Alicia. It's only going to take Alicia 4 hours. So, when Alicia's done with A, Dewan's working on B, Alicia needs to pick something else to work on. Okay? So, Alicia, C or D, what would you like to work on next? You're going to work on the transmission. So, she's going to work on, whoops, I put it in the wrong spot. Alicia's going to work on task D. That's going to take her 3 hours. So, she's already worked 4. Now she's going to work another 3, so that's going to take her out to 7.
Yeah, Alicia big balls.
Okay, while Alicia's now working on this transmission, Dewan's going to finish working on the engine. So when he's done with the engine, he's going to move on to painting the car. Okay, so after 5 hours, Dewan's going to start task C. And that's going to take him 7 hours. So when is he going to finish with task C? 5 plus 7 will take him to 12. Okay, so if you notice though, Alicia's going to finish her work after 7 hours. They can't share work. So while Dewan is working from the 7th hour to the 12th hour, Alicia's taking a break.
Yeah.
So, between these two mechanics, they're going to finish the entire car in 12 hours. It's not bad.
It could have been short. Huh?
You think we can do it shorter?
Yeah.
All right, let's try. So, who wants to work on my car now?
Right.
All right, Caleb.
Oh God. Definitely don't let me
I'm a beaner. I know my way around the car.
Sure.
And
I
Rodrigo.
can build your house.
All right.
Oh, construction.
Caleb and Rodrigo are going to work on the car now. So, we're going to try to do it in a shorter amount of time than 12 hours. Okay. Caleb, what do you want to start with? Remember, we said that the exterior body work has to happen before we paint. You want to work on the engine first. All right. So, we're kind of starting off the same way. Engine. Okay. Rodrigo, what are you working on?
The transmission.
You want to work on the transmission, so you're going to start with D. Okay? So, they're working. Rodrigo's going to finish first with the transmission. What does Rodrigo have to work on next?
The body.
He's going to have to go to A. There's no way for him to go to C because A has to happen before C. So A, that's going to take him out to 7. Did you change this? Not really. But it's all good.
No, if he would have went the other way. If he would have started with A.
You're fine. It's all right. So after B, so what's going to be my problem here? When can I start C? After Rodrigo finishes with A.
Yeah.
C cannot be started until here. So Caleb actually gets a little bit of a break. Okay. He gets a little bit of a break because C cannot be started until Rodrigo's done with that empty space at the end.
So you gotta start it.
Right. We've got to wait till A is completely finished. So C cannot be started till here, which means, whoops,
Oh,
that's really off.
uh-huh.
Okay, so that means we're clear out at 14 hours.
Hey, I get that break.
Let me build your car.
So, when we let Caleb and Rodrigo work on the car, it takes us longer.
But it's better.
Let me work. Nah, it was better with me.
Quality. Maybe
I
that's
work
why.
on cars.
That's why I didn't finish fast because I was on my phone the whole time.
Oh, he's on the phone the whole time. All right, so Princess says, let me work on this car.
I'll work on it.
Princess, and we're gonna
It's here.
Sienna.
Oh, I definitely want my car fixed now. Yes, sir. Not with the lawn though.
Alrighty.
All right, so Princess, what item do you want to start with? We're gonna try to do something different than what they've done. We're trying to get this shorter than 12.
You gotta start with
Broke that side.
Yeah.
You wanna start with what?
Let's go with. Yeah, A.
Okay. Princess is gonna start with A. That's gonna take her 4 hours. While Princess works on A, what would you like to work on, Sienna?
The engine.
The engine. So you're gonna work on B.
I like that. I like that.
Okay. So Princess is gonna be the first one finished. When she's done with A, what do you want to work on now? You finish the outside body work
It's-
in 4 hours.
we can do C.
Uh-huh. Because A is done, she can jump straight to C.
I like
And that's gonna take her 7 hours, which takes us out to 11.
Yeah.
D could be started at any point in time that we want, so when Sienna's done with B, she's gonna hop right on D. And that takes her 3 hours. Oh, y'all are, I'm done. I'm done.
They is so immature.
I'm
Caleb
done.
was the only one that laughed. Caleb was like the main one that laughed.
I'm
bro.
done.
I'm
I'm done. Y'all are too much. Okay. So the girls did this in 11 hours.
Yeah, I like that. Better quality than the one.
That's so rude.
Why do they picking on Dewan now?
I mean,
Normally it's Dewan picking on everybody.
this is like this in second and third.
Oh, they pick on you?
Yes.
Pick on Dewan Day?
No, that's like every day.
Second. You got some.
Can you think of any other order that we could do this in?
Huh?
Couldn't you do
What?
Can you think of any other way to do this?
No.
couldn't you do A and C?
No, it won't be shorter.
Finish on the
It's not gonna
side.
be shorter.
Okay, it's not gonna be shorter. But you said what, Sienna?
A and C. While one person's working on, or while they're working on body
They don't
part.
work on me.
You can't.
You can't do
Because
that.
C cannot be started until A is completely finished.
What about A and B? Oh, A and B.
No, one homie working on A, one working on D.
I had another one.
A,
No,
D.
you didn't. We could start with D. Watch out. With D, and then start with A.
I had two.
That's still 12.
11.
That's not 12. It's still 11.
I had two 11s. Let's see.
It is 11. I just said it.
He did, I think, yeah.
It's A. Start with A and D.
Yes, and then do B and then C.
Yeah.
So the last schedule you could have accomplished was A first and D first. Okay. After D, instead of jumping into something, that sat back and did nothing for a little bit, and then we worked on B up to 9, and we worked on C up to 11. And that still had a finishing time of 11 hours.
Yeah.
And they both got breaks.
And they both got breaks. So that could have been a little bit more
But
fair.
that's not fair
I guess.
because I only want one person to have a break and then the other one to suffer.
What is wrong with you? That's messed up. Yes, it's
Jeez.
But it's okay. I like this way too.
You like this way too?
Yeah.
You like it. You like it.
Yeah.
Let's check. Question.
Nah, not really.
All right. Let's see what we can do when I give you a big old one of these.
No, that's
Oh
broken.
my.
Oh, no, we're not.
Oh my.
Oh, my Lord. Here we go.
Miss Smith.
So I.
Yep.
Can I do one? 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 Can I? Oh yeah.
Oh, smack.
He's just as bad as my 2-year-old.
Okay, so you get your.
Hey, this is just like your warm-up. This is just like your warm-up. Sure. He's as bad as my 2-year-old though. She sat there this morning. I went outside in morning. Outside in morning. Outside in morning.
Like, shut up, Morning. The whole thing. I'm sorry.
She gets upset because the dog gets to go outside in the morning and go potty.
Is she not?
So she wants to go outside in the morning.
How about you not?
Outside in the morning. It's too cold. No.
Why don't you let her take the dog out?
The dog just dragged her across the yard.
Then she crawls up in my bed. What wish and poo? What wish and poo? Got bees? Got bees?
It's your fault for some of those.
She's upset. Amazon has this original show. It's called Wish and
Mary.
Poof. It's about this little fairy girl that can go like
Invisible.
space rocket, wish and poof, and the space rocket pops up.
And how the word is wish.
And well, Wish and Poof has a best friend. His name is Bob the Bear.
That's a ripoff of Boss the Builder.
She wants a Bob the Bear.
Wait,
I did find her a
You
Wish
got
and
it
Poof
right.
fairy though.
it's right,
For
right,
Christmas.
right,
Yes.
right.
Can't wait till
'cause
she
I
opens
did
it.
this, and I did,
And I bought her baby shark sheets.
You did
for her
A to
bed.
G.
and I did
She's gonna be
this.
so
I
excited.
did AG, and then I needed it. B,
And her grandma's coming to spend
and I
Christmas
did
with us
this,
this year.
I did these, and
Oh,
then
strawberry.
F D.
Like
D,
your
oh, I don't have a D, so.
You don't have a D. Good
Yes, I seen
job.
my baby in a little jar.
And then
And then
G to E.
G to E.
So F, D and E give you your inputs.
Yeah. You said D. E? No, it ain't.
D and
It's a G.
no, it ain't. It's D and E. D and E goes to your inputs.
Never mind.
Make sure you put the arrows on the E to the
I
D.
can't read that.
No. Other way. There you go.
I got it. Son.
Thank you.
All right. Please erase that arrow that points at D. Thank you. That's good. All right. So notice when Rodrigo did this, the first thing he did was put a start, and his start went to A, B, and C. Those are the ones without any prerequisites. Then he built off of those 3 points. A led to G, B led to E and G, and C led to E. I'm sorry, that's F. My bad. Sorry, it looked like E. B and C both led to F. So he did all of his A, B, and C out. Then he had to do his G and F. F led to D and G led to E. The only 2 points that had nothing leading out were E and D. So they had to lead to the end. Any questions
Nah,
on that project diagram?
nah.
Okay, so answer me this question. If I decided that I wanted to schedule something
No, we're not doing
and I put G before E, would that be okay?
that.
Can I put G before E?
No, because
No.
No, because E is the endpoint.
you going forward.
Listen, can I put G before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You can.
Yes.
You can.
G should lead into E, so G should happen before E does. Okay, so if I went and scheduled something, so let's say we've got Derek, and we've got, who else is back behind me? Josue.
Yay, Josue.
Okay, so Derek and Josue are working, and I went like this. This is 2, this is 4, and I did A, and we don't know how long it takes. I did A, and then I started G here.
Wait, what happened to my bed?
Can I do this? Can I create a schedule that looks like this?
No. Easy, great.
I hear yeah, and I hear no. We've got both options out there. Somebody stand firm and tell me why.
What?
Okay, so Josue said, yes, I can do this because A started before G.
No.
No.
Is anybody saying no?
Oh, no, because A hasn't finished.
Good.
Yeah, you
Okay, so you have got to pay attention because you have this, that A leads into G. This means that A needs to be started and finished before I can touch G. So because I started G here and I didn't start it after A, I should have started G here. So this is a violation because G was started before it was allowed to be started. So please be careful with that. Okay, so if A stops at 2, that means G cannot start until 2. Okay. All right. Princess, you said you wanted the last one? She said, sure.
Oh my goodness, this is so hard. Oh no. I caught that.
Are you plugging that in? There you have something plugged in over here. Okay, good. The only 2 items that could have been from the start for this one is A and G.
Right here, G. But who? G? You?
I don't think there's anything open.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Raul, there's no other plugs in this room.
Yeah.
So sit your ass down, boy.
That's because I did.
Damn, I'm nervous, little dude.
What's wrong?
In the seat.
Get out my room, bro.
What were you talking to alone?
Switch the arrow on D to E because it was E to D.
Question.
What is
Oh, what?
What is N? What is N? What is N? N? What's N?
Oh, it is. Oh, I got that.
Nice catch.
Me too.
Good work. Teamwork makes the dream work.
I said that 3 times.
What? Teamwork makes
That
the
was
dream work?
supposed to come out of D.
Yay!
This is the most ugliest thing I've ever done.
That doesn't mean it's wrong.
All
right. So I would have probably done it a little more straight. So I'm gonna do it up here to go along with what she has here.
I should have did it up there. Be disrespectful.
Yeah.
Okay. So she had a start. From the start, that led to point A and that led to point G. Okay. From there, A leads to 3 different points. A goes to C, A goes to E, and A goes to F. I like mine straight lines. I like mine linear. Okay.
Linear equations.
G goes to B, and G also goes to E. Okay, so we took care of A and we took care of G. C leads to D, and that's it. E
Is F the D?
leads to D.
Oh, that's easy. I can't see it.
F doesn't lead anywhere. B does not lead anywhere. D does not lead anywhere. So we're finished, and now I need an end, and those 3 points that didn't lead anywhere should lead to the end.
Like Thor.
Okay.
Spider-Man? No, Thor.
So
When he brings his ball.
Princess's project diagram is not wrong.
It's just curvy.
It's just curvy.
What's wrong with curves?
There ain't nothing wrong with curves.
Right, curve is good.
Mr. Lusher, can I have Oliver to chat to guy?
Who?
Oliver.
Oliver,
Okay, he's on his way.
thank you.
I gotta go next one.
I have the other one to get off. I gotta come back.
Huh? Oh. One of these days, I'm gonna take my pass the whole way home. Questions?
Yes, I do. I don't get it. No question.
Girl, you just did that one. What you mean you don't get it?
For this one, you would start with A and E. What you?
All right. So, for this one, I know there is not a lot of space on yours. So we'll draw the picture up here, and then we'll try to schedule this.
No.
Okay, so our job now is to create this picture and see if we can come up with a schedule that goes off of the picture. Oh, yeah.
So on the 10th, what do we gonna find? We gotta find the lowest one.
Tomorrow I'm going to show you the way to find the shortest one.
I will show you the
So
way myself.
today we're kind of just playing the guessing game and getting used to it. Tomorrow I'm going to show
I
you
will
the
show you
way
the
to
way
come up with
myself.
it.
Get out. Get out.
When it's over there, it's over there. All period long. All right. So
A and E.
when I draw this project diagram, my start goes to. Saying there ain't no room on
A goes to B and C.
Okay. A goes to B and C. So A leads to B and A leads to C.
And then B
B,
leads
I
to
mean,
D.
B goes to D.
B goes to D.
So the endpoints B, E, C, D.
Okay. So my endpoints need to be D,
C and E.
C,
And E.
and E. So this is my graph.
That was small.
Okay. So when I go to schedule, what are some things I need to keep in mind?
The A gotta, B gotta wait for starting to A done.
Okay. B has to wait for A.
C do too.
C has to wait for A.
B don't, and
And
D.
D gotta wait.
What does D have to wait for?
A and B.
A and B.
D don't
So
gotta wait on
D
nobody.
should not happen until A and B are finished because they lead in a linear pattern. Okay, so D actually has 2 tasks to wait for because it has to wait for B and B has to wait for A.
Yeah.
So the only one that really can just be done whenever is what?
E.
E, because it goes from start to end. There's nothing that has to happen before and there's nothing that has to happen after E.
What I'm saying.
So when I have 2 processors, we're gonna do Raul.
You can do A and E and then go to C.
Raul
Wrong.
and Amber.
Amber.
Raul and Amber.
Amber tried to paint her pumpkin today.
And it was beautiful.
No. I don't know what the fuck she was doing with it.
Language.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Raul and Amber. So if we go to start this project, what task should we start with?
A
A
And E.
And E.
and E. Okay, those are the only 2 that have nothing that has to happen before them.
and then both.
So it doesn't matter which one either one works on. So we're gonna make Raul work on A, and Amber's gonna work on E. And Sienna said these both take 3 hours.
And then you can do B and C.
Okay, so when Amber and Raul were done with A and E, A's finished, E's finished. They need something else to work on.
B and C.
Okay, the only ones that are ready are B and C, because you already told me that D has to wait for B. So B and C are ready. So B can be started, and that takes 5 hours. So that'll take me to 8.
And then.
C only takes me 2 hours,
Take a 5.
so that takes me to 5. Okay, so we've got B and C scheduled. When can I start task D?
At
After
8.
B's done.
At 8. I can't start task D until
Amber takes
8,
a break.
which means Amber gets a 3-hour break.
That's a pretty
She's gonna
long
have
break.
some lunch, put her feet up, take a little nap.
Then we make her do.
Okay, then we're gonna make her do work. So she's gonna do task D, and that's gonna take her up to 12.
And then Raul.
That means Raul gets a 4-hour break. Okay. Remember though, we said that you can't help on these tasks. Once they start them,
Why not?
they're stuck with them.
Guess you'll be reading the book.
Okay. So my finishing time here is 12. Is there any other way to make this shorter?
No.
No. This one's really pretty much straightforward. There is no way to shrink this. It is 12 hours and 12 hours flat.
Yeah.
Okay? Questions? Not too bad, right? I will tell you this, there is one of these on your release test. Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
Hey, what'd you say? What'd you say?
There is one of these on the release test. Okay, let's draw a pretty picture for this one up here.
Your start is
Start
B and D.
D.
My start is B
And D.
and D.
D goes to A,
He's the only one in the end.
D goes to A,
and then A goes to C,
And B goes to C.
A goes to
then
C,
C goes to E,
B goes to C,
C goes to E.
C goes to E,
E is the end.
and E goes to the end. So, what's some things you can tell me about this graph?
The only one that can actually finish is. It go.
Dead last is gonna be
E.
E. Dead last is gonna be E. Cynthia, what were you saying? We start at B and D. So Cynthia can tell just from this graph that my starting points have to be B and D.
A gotta wait till D finish.
A has to wait till D is finished.
C gotta wait for A.
So you can wait for A
C
or
is
B.
waiting for 2 tasks to finish.
Yes. Like for A.
C cannot be started until B and A are finished. So technically, C has to wait for B, it has to wait for A, and it has to wait for D.
And you just gotta wait for everybody.
And E's just stuck waiting for everybody,
That's how I do it.
okay?
Wait for everybody. Oh, God.
Listen, that's my husband. He came home complaining so bad last night. I'm sorry, this morning at 6:40 when he was supposed to be done at 5:30.
What?
Don't even. So, Cynthia's already said my first 2 tasks have to be B. That's going to take me 7 hours. And D, that's going to take me 5 hours. Okay, at the end of 5 hours, task D is finished. So the only task that's ready to start right now
A.
would be A, because C's still waiting on B and C's waiting on A. So we can go ahead and schedule A. So we were at 5, we're adding another 4, we're going to 9. When can I start task C?
At
At
9.
I can't start task C until 9. So processor 1 gets a 2-hour break. And at this point, I can start C. Well, what's processor 2 going to do while C's doing?
Chill.
They chilling. They chilling for 3 hours. They get to chill because E cannot be started until C is finished. So I can't start E until 12. And E takes 2 hours. So my finishing time here is 14.
Can it be broken down? No, it cannot.
This one can't be changed either. Because of your prerequisites, there's no way to shorten this up than 14 hours. Questions?
No.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Where it says B and D, actually, why couldn't you put, could you put C under A or not?
C cannot be started because you have B and A leading into C. Both of those have to be started and finished before C can be started. So C had to come after A. Yeah, if I would have started C here, that would have been a violation because A led into C as well. Okay, good question. Anybody else? Okay, on the next page, you will see two of these. I've given you the diagrams. Your job is to come up with what you think is the shortest schedule possible for these diagrams.
These are long.
Okay, so these ones have gotten a little bit bigger. I want you to actually think through the process. Think of what has to happen before something else. Okay, really all I'm looking for today is to make sure that you don't do violations, that you don't put something before it should happen. Okay, that's really what I'm looking for. If you get the smallest, great. If you don't, we're okay for now. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to get the smallest.
The homework.
This is your homework.
The-
Just those two.
Oh, it is.
Two.